My wheelchair got caught in my bag. We don't want that. All right. Hi guys, I'm a little bit late today. I was sitting up there watching one of my YouTube videos on how I made sweet pea and machine embroideries striped wallet and just forgot the time, okay? Just watching my old videos. Just sitting there. All right. I don't know. I didn't even come in here and get a chance to clean up. Just doing stuff. Put that up there. Ugh, this is still stuff from Wednesday. Put that up here for right now. And I got all of the charging things there. I hope I got power. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, I got 89%. Okay, I do have 89% because as I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't think that thing was charged, but I had charged it Wednesday, and I don't like leaving it on the charger. Sometimes it holds the full charge, sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah, sorry about that. Let me get water into the iron, get the particulars taken care of. Let's see. I don't even know what today is. 29th, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I haven't used the date today. Yes, the 29th. I guessed really good. So, hello, Teaquilters. Welcome to T's Live Sew and Chat. It is Saturday, March 29th, 2025. It's 8 p.m. or a little bit afterwards, Central Standard Time. We are here for a live 2-hour sew and chat. So if you want to chat with me, put those into the chat box. I got any questions, I'm willing to answer them. I'm all hot because I realized I was late. So yeah. Let me pull you guys up so that I can read the chat. All right. Guess what? I don't even have my pieces in here that I'm sewing. So I got to be right back. I got my bag, but the pieces are on a cutting board that I thought I brought in here, or design board. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. I did not. Sitting right here where I cut them. I still got everything in here from Wednesday, so I gotta step over stuff. All right, I'm gonna sit this one right here and pray we don't lose any pieces. All right, and we're gonna start with this one. All right, I just got my pieces. I don't want to lose anything. Just kind of lay it out on a design board. Just drop these. And I'll just sit these little pieces. They're just like little flip corner pieces, so. All right. We're working on My Happy Place today. And I am working on a different block. I'll give you the information And I also wanted to see if I can pull up my Etsy. So let me see if I can get that as well. Let's see. Let me close that. Because Wednesday we talked about a block that I used and I couldn't tell you what I paid for it. So now I'm going back to see if I can find the... Okay, let me see. For some reason, let me go back. 5 days ago, password. I don't know why it's not showing up. Search. That's the problem I'm having with emails, is that sometimes they just disappear, and I know I do not delete my orders. Okay, so we got this one now. Etsy transactions. That's what I want, because it'll have should have the purchase prices, hopefully. Nope. Do I have to sign in to Etsy and I don't even know what it is? Order details. Let's go to because that's not what I'm looking for. Did I do 3? Etsy transactions. Okay, this is the one we need. Well, one of them. No, this is what we need. I'm sorry. It's one of those days, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm still not even in the chat, okay? Trying to make sure I get into my Etsy purchase so I can tell you, because I know y'all want to know. I'm going to pause it on here. I don't need to see myself moving. And then make it so I can see all the messages. So in the chat, it's going to be quick, hopefully. Tracy Middlebrook, she says, your hair is gorgeous. Thank you. I'm in such a dilemma on what to do. I think my hair is easier for me to manage short. Everybody likes my hair this length. Well, this is the only length I let it get because I cut it off. Everybody tell me not to cut my hair, but I have to cut some because it gets on my nerve. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I'm going to start seeing if I can go around and go to some of these shops and see what they're doing in these shops. Talk to some people, because I might be doing something different with my hair. I don't know. But thank you. Our sale lady is here. Melody Kiefer. Sue says, what embroidery software do you use, please? My embroidery software, I have one that's old and one that's on the internet now, but I'm not proficient at it because I only do conversions with that software. The one that I do my modifications, I actually use Designer Gallery's custom work. I don't even know if they still sell that software. It was out when the Elissimo was when I got the Elissimo. So that's what I went with. That's what they were teaching at the time at Jackman's. And I know they got Floriani, I hear, is a good design. I hear John Deere has revamped its stuff. But I haven't checked into or I've had training on Floriani, but so many years ago that, like, going to one of the Jackman's 2-day classes, that's my training. That's been so long ago, I'm no help. Designs in Machine Embroidery has software that seems user-friendly. And what I'm using what I purchased to do my conversions with is Embird, and that's because I also use it for my long arm. I can take a PES design from my embroidery machine and make it so that I can convert it and use it on my embroidery machine if I want to. I mean, on my long arm machine if I want to. So that's why I have Embird, because it's got more conversion capabilities than some of the other software. So that's one of the things you might want to look at if that's important to you. That's why I have Embird. Now, Embird is not very user friendly to me to learn. There are a few videos, but I just go in and do some very basic stuff and I'm in and out. So I'm not really doing a whole lot. I thought I was going to get really involved in it, but it's like if you're not working in some programs every day, it's like starting over. If you come back one day this month and another day next month, it's like starting over from scratch. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I got too many things to do. It's not user friendly as it could be, but I do use it. I bought it for a particular reason. And then I also use Embird because if you go to File Explorer on my Android, I don't know what Apple does because my stuff is Android. The only thing I have Apples is tablets. Okay, I got 2 Apple tablets. Everything else I use is Android window-based systems, and let's see, when you go into File Explorer, I'm trying to explain this so everybody knows. You can look at your photos in different views. You can look at them in just a list, details, and then you've got like a medium photo and then an extra large photo. Well, with embroidery designs, they don't consider those to be photos. And what Embird has is an addition that you can purchase that will make it so when you're in File Explorer, I can see what all of the extensions that I tell it to let me see as photos instead of showing them to me as just a list. So that's the other reason that I purchased Embird, was because of that. So when I go to, and that's all on my old machine, I haven't even gotten this stuff to my new machine. I don't even know if I can or if I got to repurchase or whatever, but that's the reason why I have Embird and Custom Works. Hello, Claudette Hall, June Hansen, Zandra Odom. Sue, if you told me how many days we have, it's not taking me back that far. So you need to put it again. I'm sure she had that in there first. Darcy, if you're here and posted the welcome thing, I haven't seen that. So repost it for me, please. It's not letting me go back. I think I said Zandra, Suzette, Peterkin Denton's here. Vivian's reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Miss Vivian. Dee Branson is here. June says she paid her rent on the way in. That means she's already hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Also, join us over on Teaquilts in Facebook, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions so that you gain admission. Otherwise, you'll be denied, and I'll give you a reason why you've been denied. So please do that. Just a Creative Space is here. Remo JS, hello, hello. Thomasina Enos is here. Welcome, welcome. Says her first time watching you live. So welcome to the chat. I appreciate that. And you had to be subscribed at least more than a day because that's when I made this live. So thank you so much for that. Bonita Nance is here. T. Roberts, thank you. Saying hair looks gorgeous. Crease03 is here. Judy Smith. Sheila Willis. Patricia Priest. Michelle the Quilter saying hello to everybody. Sheila's talking to other folk. Kevin the Quilter is here. Hey, Kevin. Betsy Layton's here. advertising again, or is it just me? Now, you know what? I scheduled this on my laptop, and I did not see anything asking about advertisement. So I'm sorry, guys, if you're going to have ads. Just skip on out of them and come on back in. I'm sorry. I think it's something that they've changed or something. Kevin is reminding you guys about the pillowcase drive, that we're now at a goal of 300 pillowcases. We were at a goal of 200. We have 193 pillowcases, which is like 97% of the 200 goal. So what I did was I increased it to 300 on Wednesday for those that didn't see that live. So we are now at 64% of goal. And I did that because I knew there were at least 5 people that I'm aware of that have pillowcases that haven't even been submitted yet. They're going to be turned in at retreat. So I was like, let me just go ahead and increase this goal, because we about to run past this goal and it's going to be ridiculous. We were going to probably be about at 175% of goal easily. So I figured, okay, let's just up the ante here a little bit. So I'm keeping track of the old goal. We'll let you see the new goal for those that want to keep the old goal and see it get blasted past. I've got like a little bar chart that I ended up just going ahead and creating in Excel myself, because I had been using one of the little free progress charts. So I had to go make my own little chart, because now I got 2 things going on this chart. So I just posted that today, and I posted all the people since the last time I had posted a progress report. I posted all of the names of people that have been donating. So thank you to everyone that's made this charity project for this year such a huge success. So it's like I'm going to be like Oprah. You get a pillowcase, and you get a pillowcase, and you get a pillowcase. That's how I feel I'm going to be. And that's nice. And then with the labels that Go Savvy Designs made, Sean made, you know, putting that, I already got the bags. I ordered them, got the bags and everything, got them ready, because I found out the bags, I could order bags cheaper than I could even get them from the Dollar Tree, because they don't have that many bags in there for the cent per bag. So I went ahead and ordered some bags to put the pillowcases in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. So, and Kevin going 300. It's the new 200 for the Teaquilts charity pillowcase drive. Thanks to all who have sent them pillowcases. Get those pillowcases in by May or bring to retreat. And again, you're going to send it to my P.O. box. If you're making a pillowcase, you can make just one. That is totally acceptable. That's all I was looking for from people. So don't be shamed thinking that if I only send one pillowcase, send your one pillowcase. We taking them all. And you can send them to Teaquilts LLC, P.O. Box 38205, St. Louis, Mo. 63138. And that information is in the description box of all of my videos. So it's easy for you to find, even if you didn't get it just now. Francis Jackson's here. Joyce Sterling is here. Janet McCarroll's here. Cheryl Knuckles. She says she just celebrated my brother's 60-year anniversary. Woohoo! That is amazing. Congratulations. Shelly S5 is here. Deborah Sims Brown. She says, I have PE design, haven't used it in 5 years, looking for something easier. Yeah, that's the problem. I think Designs and Machine Embroidery, look up their videos on their software. You might have to go to their website to figure out what the name of it is, because I can't remember what the name of it is. And then they do videos and stuff all the time showing you how to do stuff in it. And I watch them just to see what they're doing. They're about to sell their company to OESD, which is going to be a great merger, because her and her partner said that they were getting older and they just wanted to make plans so that their company would have ownership. And so they sent it to a bigger corporation that's got people, like different people being hired to make sure that company runs. So they were trying to find the best place for small business that their company will continue on if something were to happen to them. So I think that was great planning. I'm sad that it sold, but she's going to still be involved for a year or two or something like that. She made an announcement. But hey, Peggy O'Connor. Oh my goodness. Just a creative space. Darcy, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and just pin this. I kind of already read it or stated it. Brenda Foley says she planned to make 6 pillowcases. Miss T, you get a pillowcase. You get a pillowcase. Kevin the Quilter gets a new car. Really? Oh my goodness. Holly Duvall's here. Minnie Dula. Leetta Bryant. Paula S is here. And I think I'm caught up. I hope. All right. All right. Okay. I was sewing on somebody asked me something about Abby something. Let me see what papers I had, because I can't remember. That's been a long time ago. I have so much stuff I got to figure out. Okay. Oh, it was the blog where I got when I was talking about that I had cut out a quilt shop. And so I was showing you all how I had made the flying geese to the quilt shop here. These are here are flying geese making the awning onto the quilt shop. And her name is spelled Abby, Abbie. Donna, I don't know how you say it. Danahy. Danahy. It's like Dana he. Donahy. So I'm not sure how she says it. But her blog, which people missed, I said it a couple of times, is Sparkle On with Abby. Sparkle On with Abby. And then you can go to her blog and then you can do a search on it and find the quilt shop. And it's not supposed to be free anymore because it was part of a sew along. But she didn't take hers down and do a for pay. A lot of people that were in the particular sew along, I found out later, had turned their pattern into for purchase. All right. I also made the seam ripper block, and I purchased that from Etsy. This was all from Wednesday's video, and I'm going to show you the stuff after. You got to earn it. You can't just get stuff at the top of the viewing. You got to earn it, right? So that seam ripper block, I got it off of Etsy. And let me get the name of that company. I got so many papers. It's called Burlap and Blossom Patterns. Burlap and Blossom Patterns. And that was the same ripper block. I showed it on Wednesday. I'll re-show it again. I'm not showing it now because I got stuff connected that I ain't ready to show you yet. Like I finished the quilt shop. And I also pieced another pattern that I ended up paper piecing, just more of a traditional block. So I'll be showing that later. That seam ripper pattern, and I told you it comes in 6 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches, or 24 inches. I like that about her patterns because you got options. And that seam ripper pattern was only $3.48. Okay. Now, what I'm about to sew now is I got pieces cut on my design board for the same place, burlap and blossom patterns. And I'm about to sew a needle pulling thread quilt block pattern. And this is what it looks like. And I'm doing a 6-inch square again. On this one, it comes in 6-inch and 12-inch finished block. This one here was purchased as part of a set. The set of 5 sewing quilting block patterns. And for all 5 of those, I paid $14.50. And I was only really interested in 3 of them, but you know, if I'm running out of space, I said, girl, get the set instead of buying them individual, because you can buy them individual at the $3.48, and then you'll pay more if you multiply that by 5. You know, you're about $18 somewhere in that neighborhood, whatever. So I decided to go ahead and just order this set, even though I was only interested in 2 or 3 of these things, but because I might need some filler spaces, okay? And then the fact that, again, all of her stuff comes in different sizes, so I feel like I got more options. You know, I can normally do stuff in EQ, make different sizes, but it's just nice that she included it already in the cutting. Now, making her patterns in 6-inch sizes, because they're so detailed, you are going to have some really little bitty pieces, okay? So just keep that in mind if you're doing 6-inch. I got particular places or spaces that I'm trying to fill, so that's why I'm doing it that way. And I don't have these pieces in any kind of like major order other than my cutting order, so I don't have them labeled or anything, so I'm going to be fumbling around with that as well. I have placed all the orders for Scrap Quilting Club t-shirts, for Teaquilts Retreat 2024 shirts, because I had people wanting the old shirts. I have placed orders for Checkers, the Ultimate Binding books. They should be coming in. They had 10 books left. I think I needed 6 or 7. I can't remember what the number is. I ended up ordering all 10. And so I will have extra books. If you didn't get a chance to order the Ultimate Binding book, I do have 3 or 4. Let me give you a number. Let me see if I got it written here. I got so many lists. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Okay, no. Okay. What I did was put other things on the list. I was getting ready to say I only got 1 book. Okay, let me put a check mark by it. This is the wrong type of marker. I'm trying to use a marker so it stands out. But that's a brush marker. That's a brush marker. This one isn't. So this one's a book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 4. Because when I went in there to order, I was just going to order what I needed. And something said, girl, go ahead and order, because when I had just told them that I needed 8 books, so they only got 18 books or 20 books if somebody else bought some. I'm like, girl, they're going to be out of these books again, and people going to still be asking me for these books. So I went ahead and just ordered whatever they had in stock. I got them all, okay? I got the books. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Hello, Jacqueline Mason. Welcome to the chat. Miss T, Zelle, it's been pending for 5 days. My name on Zelle is Teaquilts. No, on Zelle, it's not Teaquilts. It's my email. It's teaquilts@teaquilts.com with an S on the end. So that's why it's pending. Teaquilts is for Cash App and Venmo only. If you're doing email, you got to do a little bit more Zelle, you got to do a little bit more typing. Hi, Janice Miller. Hi, Vanessa Brown. She says she has 18 pillowcases. Woohoo! Yay! See, we're going to knock this 300 out the water too. But I'm not going to go up. I'm just going to let that percent just fall over the 300. But I think we'll see. T, have you gotten my pillowcases yet? Mail those. If I got pillowcases from you twice, I've gotten 20 pillowcases from you. That's what I have so far. I haven't gotten any more pillowcases. So I think I've answered Tinani's question. Claudette Bettis came in. Darcy says, I have the book of paper piecing, start of 50 states. I did Delaware today. It was only 5 pieces per triangle. I wanted to start small. I put a photo of it in T's Facebook page. So I'll look at that later. That's pretty cool. My brother's here saying hi to everybody. He's he's watching the basketball game. T says resent, sent to correct. Yeah, forgot the S. Okay. So yeah. So if you're sending via Zelle, you have to use my email address. And if you're doing Cash App or Venmo, then it's just Teaquilts with an S if you're paying. I want the Ultimate Binding book. We'll send you an email. That's Janice Miller. I'll put you on this list. I'm not sure if you were ever on any list, but I'll just add you so we don't forget. I got so many lists. I'm so glad. Oh, I can understand why these stenographers love these books, okay? I'm going to put a little blue check mark by here because that's what I'm counting for the books. I got other orders on here as well. All right, and I placed orders like Thursday. So, like t-shirts, I think they estimated by the 10th of April. My checkers order should be in this week. So, things should be coming through. I had some other stuff I had to order too. And Darcy says she mailed 12 more. I haven't gotten those yet, so check your tracking number on that to make sure you know where they are. Sometimes it takes time. It gets stuck in the St. Louis, I don't know what they call it now, but when I see it, it's like frustrating. It's like the St. Louis Distribution Center. That's what they call it. And they don't give you no zip code or whatever that is. It's like, where is that? Can I just go pick it up, you know? But they don't give you any zip code like when it actually gets to the post office box address. And Kevin saying that he's sorry if he misses any comments. He's sewing on Bonnie Hunter's Oracle Bay tonight. So that's cool. Yeah, I did receive yours, Claudette. I responded and you are on the list. So yes, you were included. Deborah Sims Brown says, T, will you be sending invoices? I can send invoices. I was asking people to let me know how you want to pay. If you're going to pay via Cash App, there's no reason, or Venmo or Zelle, there's no reason for me to send you an invoice. But if you're going to pay via PayPal, then definitely need to send you an invoice. But even if I send you an invoice and you want to pay a different way, you still got the option of doing that as well. But I can do invoices. I just haven't yet because it's going to take time. And I've been cutting little pieces and sewing little pieces. Been happy that I can at least sew some stuff. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm trying to get this last section done, which I need, I think, 2 more blocks. And then I got to do some machine embroidery on my quilt shop, which I haven't done. And then I might take a little break from my happy place and start doing some other stuff. But I like to piece. I'm a piecer. So once I got into piecing a lot, it's like it's hard for me now to stop piecing, but that's what I got to do. I got some other things I got to do. Frances says she's working on Dresden Village. Yeah, she's moving along. She ahead of everybody and started one of the 2 last people to get stuff. This is Celeste. Did you get my email? Oh, okay. Yes, because I had you down for black because I knew you wear dark colors, and I did change it to brown, to chocolate brown. So yes, I did. It's not in here. It's on the your shirt is on Scrap Club list. All right. So let's start piecing this. I have not even read these instructions or anything. I don't even know what size these pieces are. I'm going to have to take this down because I'm going to be flopping like I do because I didn't mark. I didn't mark A, B, C, or D or nothing. Draw a diagonal line on the wrong side of the C pieces. And that would be A, B, C. How many did I cut? 5. Because I had some that fell off. Okay, so that's the C pieces. And then we're going to put them on then they got numbers. Number 3 piece. Did we run out of alphabets? Oh, so this is the thread spool. Okay. So I'm doing little flip corners. They want me to draw a diagonal line. I'm not going to be doing that. Then I have to go back and keep looking at the picture. Who was sending me this? I don't know who just texted me, but the Scrap Club shirts have been ordered. And what I did do was I ordered some extra shirts. Now, I will come back after I get everybody else's orders that ordered ahead of time. I will let you know what shirts I have left. I might have what you're requesting and I might not. So just keep that in mind. I did order extra shirts because when I got to the end, it was like if I ordered 10 more shirts, it would made it cheaper than me paying for the order with less than 10 shirts because it changed the price per shirt. So that's what I ended up doing. But I went and just randomly put some stuff in, and I do try to get most of the stuff. I did put in some mediums, larges, and extra large because I normally put in extra large, which is the size that I buy because I like them comfortable. So yeah. So we'll see what I have left. If you didn't place a t-shirt order ahead of time, you can probably still get a t-shirt. It just may not be in the actual color that you want. But and it could be because I may have done that. All right, so we're just doing flip corners. I'm trying to figure out why do I have 5 and we're only using 4, but I'm going to be using this C somewhere else. So I need to put that back up here on this wall. Because these pieces are so tiny. It's like OM to the G. And you know, you draw a line. I'm stitching a diagonal on a 3/4 inch square. That's how small this is, okay? I'm not drawing any line on that. We're just gonna stitch this part. It's so tiny you can barely hold on to it. Yeah. We'll just ignore that part. Draw a diagonal line on a 3/4 inch square. I can barely hold it. All right. So we're making the thread spool caps is what I'm sewing now. In the paper, that's why I had to look. I had to stop and look because the pieces look so long on the paper, but it's this little bitty piece because I cut 6 inches. So yeah. Oh my goodness. So little bitty pieces. And I might need to cut my yarn back on again. Slide it up so it's a little bit easier for me to get to. It's so tiny I can barely get back there to clip it. Yep, I'll show you this. What a 3/4 square sewn diagonally looks like. Crazy. It's like, why? Why would I do that? Right here. See that? Yeah, that's a 3/4 inch flip over. I'm not even gonna trim that. It's like we just gonna keep all those layers right there. Bessie says she's working on star streams. I have all of the steps done, all the stars cut, and sewing the stars now. So that's cool. Y'all gonna have to quit complaining about the ads. I don't know what's going on with the ads. Just come on back in here. That's my brother complaining this time. I got to figure out the blanket stitch to stitch around all these blocks. Yeah, they're not easy to do on the machine. On the so this one gets, one of them gets stuff added to it, and the other one does not. And it's like, now what am I going to sew on? Because I got to put the same piece on the other one. I guess I could press this one. I'm not trimming these little corners off because they so tiny. All they're going to do is just a fray fest waiting to happen. So we're going to keep them out here. They're so tiny. And that's not even sewn into the seams. It's just going to be a little speck to show at the end. Hope you feel better, Deborah. Oh my goodness. This and this and this, I think. How many? Well, 1, 2, 3. And then I should have 2 of the other ones. So this is not it. Is this it? Nope. Okay. Oh, they are cut different. S and Y. S and Y. S is a 2 by, this is why you mark your stuff. 2 by 3/4, that's it. And then S No, this is not that. This is that. I know what, I do need this. It's just not right now. I need the other one to go in the middle. S, which is a 3/4, and Y, which is, I'm assuming this one. Y is down here. All right, so I'm sewing the thread spool. So we'll start with that while I'm trying to get this piece off. This piece here, I need to add another piece to it. Piece A. What in the world? Okay, so we got to resew this. Is this not a square? Let me take this off. Because it's not meeting up at the end. Didn't notice that when I sewed it. I don't know if this is a square or a rectangle. Let's turn it and see what happens. It's still not at the end. Like, did I slightly, like, not cut this right? So, piece number C. It says no, piece number B, which is a 1-inch square. Let's see if I miscut. Looks like 1 inch and 1 inch. Let me make sure my piece is 1 inch wide. Yeah, it's 1 inch wide. I don't know. Everything is measuring up, but these pieces are so tiny that it's not. I'm going to just cut off some hairs. Just trim off some threads. And there is really nothing there to trim. I don't know why this don't match up. If all of my markings say they do. This one's got to go over here. Don't want to reverse it, girl. Everything is acting like it measures out, but it's not. All right. We will figure it out. This is the thing. I have never sewn these patterns, and then I have so many pieces, and then I didn't have time to mark them, or didn't make time to mark them, okay? Because I could have marked them, but I didn't. I did not make time for that. And then this other piece is A, goes on the opposite side. Do I need to trim anything? Nope. The A fits better than the B piece. Weird. All right. I don't know why my iron, is it too much water? Nope. I don't know why the iron is back here. I'm going to cut off the steam. I don't know why it's steaming and it's just sitting on the cradle. It's never done that before. But that's what it's doing. Okay. Are these the same too? This is the big one. See, I kind of changed the colors around, so then I got to look at this stuff to make sure I get it back in the right order. And I'm going to put a pin in the top so I know what's the top. That helps too. I don't even have steam on and it's still steaming. So I guess my iron's back here flipping out. All right, I'll show you this one because I added pieces onto here. And for some reason, it's not falling in place at the bottom on this side. But I'll fix it in the seam allowance. But that's a thread spool that's going like this in the pattern, I think. No, like this. This is the left side. So that's that. This one goes down here and gets turned like that once I get this sewed. Okay. So we got another S piece. Which is this that goes on a G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's a shame, isn't it? I put them in cut order. I just didn't label them. I was too lazy to label. When you cut so many pieces, you're like, I don't have time. I'm done. Hi, Linda Williams. Oh, she had bronchitis. So hope you're feeling better. All right. Now this iron's going to get on my nerve making this noise all night. All right, and then we got one more piece to go on the bottom. And then I have my thread spool section sewed. G. Okay, so then we press up S. And then we get a T. ST is this big square. And you should be drawing a line on the back, so I can do that. I meant to get a mechanical pencil out, but I did not. I did not. Because I didn't get in this room like I should have. Crazy girl. I think this is a 2-inch square. Something like that. All right. All right. This is at the top. It goes diagonally through. Let me show you again what we're making for those that came in late or forgot. We're making this thread spool. And what I'm sewing on now is trying to get this trailing one. I think they got me doing this section now. So I think I'm up in here somewhere. I just sewed the pieces together for that part. So let's sew this corner. And I got a piece of fabric right there. Don't know what that is. All right, and we're just gonna press this. Press this. So these are my threads for the spools. I'm just going to sit it in the middle, although it's not being sewed together yet. Oh, I got to sew another piece on there. D piece gets sewed to the right, which is this one. It gets sewed to the right. And then I don't have to worry about putting a pin in it to know which side is what. Now this time I did let myself just cut this fabric and not worry about direction, because I'm like, girl, don't drive yourself nuts. So I'm not even worried about it now because I can't even look at it. I mean, it didn't make no difference because I didn't plan it. So oh my goodness, we get another piece. We still not done. So the thread block just gets this piece sewed to the side. So it's going to be looking like that, like that, like that. And then, hi Yolanda Riza, Sharon Lewis, Carol Williams. Welcome everybody. I need both of the F's. And these I can rotate. Okay, so this F here, I'm gonna put this one on here. I'm like skipping around so I don't cut my thread. So now we're working on let's see. Yeah, we're kind of making like just flip cornering. We're flip cornering some stuff. These are raggedy scissors from Temu. Those did not work. They're just dull. They're paper scissors. They're not really meant to cut fabric because my Fiskars, I've cut paper and fabric with them for 10 years and haven't even sharpened them. So, all right. So this is what I have, and I'm going to sew another flip corner on here that's in the background. And if I turn this sideways and flip this up, yeah. Turn this sideways. Should be marking diagonal corners, but these are so little I can sew this. I can do it. I can do it. That's what she says ahead of time. All right. So I'm working on another little piece that we're framing out, and then I think we're going to end up doing flip corners on them because it's got to be shaped to give you the loop of thread. So we're just trying to get our pieces off. And I got some better scissors. And then we'll piece this. My iron finally stopped making noise. All right, so now we've got this piece. So it takes a lot of bigger pieces to get to the small pieces. All right, so we're framing that out, and then they're going to start doing corners on it. We know that. And then, wait a minute. B went with C, went with, what size is A? Because that should equal, that's a 4-inch. Yeah, that's 6 inches. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, so we're going to cut our thread so we can do what we're doing in order, because we're almost out of pieces that I can do ahead of time, because this thing is trying to confuse me. All right, got these 2 pieces. I'm making like a frame with 3/4 inch pieces. Okay. Yeah. Like why? But that's because I'm doing a 6-inch block. And then we've got to do a lot of flip corners. 3, 4, 5, 6 of them to be exact. Good Lord. So I'm going to get the U pieces for those in pink. Okay. So one step at a time. I'm trying not to cut this thread, but I can't bounce around anymore. I need this piece before I can do other stuff. So let's just get her done. And quit making all that noise with the steam off. Like why? Oh, that is another bee. So you got to read. Okay, so this one here, I need the U squares. I need 3. I got 4. They're the only ones left that I got that many of. But I need 4 of them. And then I need 3 B squares. How many B squares did I cut? It was 9. So these are B squares too. Right there. I'll put these 3 on. And they go on this top corner. I'm not marking. It's too little. I got to put some kind of frame or sashing. So if they're a little bit tiny or not right, I'll fix it later. We're going to sew. That's one. Fold this corner back. I'm going to have to take out some of this stuff. It's too much. It's too thick. Right there. Put another one down. Can somebody tell me what I said I would never buy and I bought it? Can somebody think of something that I said I would never ever buy it and I ended up buying it? See what y'all come up with. Oh my goodness. Okay. Kevin, you are so stupid. See, that's why we don't get along. What's even, Yolanda? Did you mistype? Oh, an RV. Nope, not yet. A new car? Nope, not yet. Betsy says fabric. I have some fabric, but not that. That's too funny. Okay, I don't even know what size this should be. Let's just put some more corners on here. Don't worry about it. 1, 2, 3. Need 3 of these. Cause it sure is cattywampus. But I ain't worried about it. All this stuff. Bonita says, at Kevin the Quilter, I said the same thing Miss T said. Right. He just tried to get on here and bother me. Maybe, Yolanda, what type? Phyllis says a wig. Nope, I did say that I would never buy. I haven't bought a wig. I don't know if I said I never would, but I have not bought a wig yet in my life. So that's true, but that's not it. I have a Juki already. Miss T is a great piecer, and she is my friend. Right. Now you want to come in here and act like you got some sense. Hi, Sean. Welcome. Go Savvy Designs. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Crazy. Dorsey says, you and Kevin seem like you are, I don't know what that, I can't see because of the dumb thing. Or good buddies. You two fight like brother and sisters, laughing out loud. Right, he is a pain. Pain, pain, pain. All these little pieces. Ridiculous. But it'll be cute when it's done. No Laura Star, Kim. Brenda Perkins is here. Love your hair. Thank you. All of this little sewing for this little cattywampus looking thing here. It can't do nothing but get better. H. Let me see what size H is, because this thing here might not even be the right size. Let's see. What's the height? It should be 2 inches in height. So let's see if this is 2 inches or if it's the other one. Yeah, this is 2 inches by 1 1/4. Yep, this is it. Just want to make sure because it's kind of rough over here. Okay, so we need to do some trimming or something. Trying to find the smallest rotary board, but I don't even see the little one. Don't know what happened to it. All right, this should be 2 inches. And it's got a good quarter somewhere. I don't know how that happened, but we're going to square it up and let her rip. Worry about it at the end. What don't match up will not match up. Okay, I'm not sure if this should be 2 inches. It's at 2 inches. So yeah, that's fine. It's the height that I got issues with. All those flip corners. The width is okay. And we just gonna cut it off. Make it fit. Whatever happens, happens. And we'll have to deal with that. I did find one typo in this pattern in the cutting, but I don't think that has anything to do with what I'm doing now. That fits so much better. Just a little squaring up. The piece is so little on a 6-inch block, you can hardly hold on to them. So I think that's part of my problem. Okay, it looks like we're going to be cutting this because we're going to be putting it to the piece that we previously made. And right here. So I just made this piece. And I'm going to put these two pieces together. This on that side. And then the thread spool thing goes on the other side. Oh, I hate cutting this thread. Okay. Hi, Helena Carter. Welcome. This is a Panasonic iron, Linda. Oh, okay. It gets a piece on top first. So. Okay. So. This piece goes on top. And then the thread spool stuff go on the side. All right. Got all these thread tails hanging everywhere. Just ridiculous. Darcy says we need a lot more thumbs up. Oh my goodness. Nope. Yolanda, nope. A Sashiko machine, nope. Oh, really? The phone wouldn't let her put the word in there without the spacing. Ain't that something? But the phone let you type all kinds of other stuff, huh? Crazy. Okay. So then this piece here goes on top. This is going to be the most jankiest block I've ever made in my whole entire life. Oh my goodness. And it's like, where do these seams go? The seams just, they don't even know which way they want to go. The seams are confused. All right. So now, oh, okay. I'm like, to the instructions. This is what we have. We're getting closer. Let me get into the white. So we're getting closer. All right. So on this bottom, we need a B, which this is the B. Do I need to trim? I don't think so. We just gonna let her ride. This is a B. Wait a minute. We gotta make sure we got it in the right place. Yes, that's correct. A B on this side. Uh-oh, my thread came out. See, I'm not used to all this thread tails and stuff, so I forget I have to hold it. Okay, take this thread out of here. All right, and it's stuck in the machine, so I can't pull it that way. All right, what time is it? We got to keep track of time so I can show y'all what I have sewed. And once I got 2 blocks I need to make, once I get those, then I'm going to do something else. I and J. I 1 by 1 3/4 and 1 by 2 1/2. Okay, so that's correct. And then I need a W piece, which is this little piece. W is 3/4 of an inch by 1 inch. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we just sewing. And then I need to cut thread because I need to sew another piece onto this right here. Onto that piece, and then these 2 pieces get sewed together. And then they get sewed to that block up there, the block unit. And I still got pieces on the board. Lots of pieces. I can't count that pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus, say another 4. So, say I got 15 pieces still on the board. It's a lot of pieces. Darcy says it's 9:20. She's giving me time. Thank you. Oh, can you give us a hint as to what you bought? I did already. Yolanda got the hint. She says a pro stitcher. Not that I know what that is, but something I heard others mention. Nope. I think pro stitcher is long arm software, I think. But nope. I did. saying give us a hint. Long time ago. A new tool that may make sewing itty bitty pieces blocks together easy. I wish. I should have brought, I got a stiletto. I'm just not using it. Way back. Way long time ago. Yolanda said sewing machine. I said, yeah, but what kind? That was your hint. She said a Juki. I said no. Yolanda goes a sinker. I said no. And then she said pro stitcher. I said no. I don't know where this seam is supposed to fall. Is it supposed to hit in a certain spot? Okay, this is, I'm trying to see if I need to match anything. This is straight. So I guess, let me press this seam the other way then. We'll try to make them match. Considering that I just squared it off because it was too big. But, you know, I'm Teaquilts. I'm TFT Quilts. We're going to try to make it match. We shall see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Pull this. I'm glad I'm long arming these blocks, boy. They some thick little suckers. Okay. This is what I said. I said, tell me, what is it that I bought that I said I would never buy? So it can't be another Bernina or a baby lock, because y'all know that when it comes to machine embroidery, I will buy another baby lock over any other machine. If my baby lock embroidery machine goes out, that would be I would go get another baby lock embroidery machine. Because I feel like it's the easiest one on the market to operate, to get up and running right away. So that would be the machine that I would go buy. So it can't be that. It can't be a Bernina. I never said I would never buy another Bernina yet. I was about ready to use this one as a paperweight until I found somebody that know what they're doing with the Berninas. That's what I feel the problem with Bernina is that people, they're making adjustments but really don't know what they're doing. Okay, C is that little crazy 3/4 cent square. We don't like those. Okay, just so we all on the same page. We don't like those. Just so everyone is aware. Like, what's the point? But we're doing it. Not a baby lock, not a featherweight. Okay, somebody finally. Francis Jackson says a Viking. I will never buy a Husqvarna Viking sewing machine because I hate the noise. Okay? So it is a Viking. I haven't used my treadle to say I'll never buy another one ever. I just haven't used it. And I bought the Viking Rose. Now, I am not planning to use that machine. It will be a machine that's for retreat people. So I have another machine that I can add. I did cut it on. It sewed good. I don't remember hearing the noise, but I wasn't listening for it either because I was just trying to make sure that it was running. All right, we need a piece B. Okay, so maybe I'm using the wrong square. I didn't cut it, thank God. Okay, what size is Q? So I did put this on the wrong square. I'm glad I didn't cut it. It looked like the big square until I was ready to put in another one. This goes on a small, very small square, okay? Put this back on the board. Bring this down. Take out all these threads. I got more thread than fabric at this point. All right, let's do this again. The pictures make these pieces look so big and they're so tiny. All right. Oops. I almost dropped it. All right. Now we have a B piece on the other side, which is just as small. Put this on here. And we're going to go diagonally corner to corner. We're making the needle because we're using gray. But it's a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then we flip this back the other way. This way. All of that for this little unit here. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And we got 3 gray pieces too, so we're not done. I'm just going to square up some of this stuff with the back block, with the square, just to make sure. It's not a lot, but it's like little hairs that might make a difference in something tiny. Yes, a Husqvarna Viking Rose is what I bought. And Patricia says, I've been sewing on Vikings for 40 years and love Vikings. And Phyllis G said, laugh. Now, I remember you saying that too. My main machine is a Viking. And it was because I was teaching class and had like 20 people in class. And all I could ever hear was, They had high-level machines. And at that time, Viking Rose wasn't considered the new machine. They had whatever models came after that, maybe the 2 models after the Viking Rose or something. And I was so sick of hearing that noise. I'm like, I am not taking that noise home with me. So I never did want that. All right, so we've got an X piece, which is a rectangle if I'm not mistaken. Let's make sure. All these pieces. X is a 1 by 1 1/4. So yes, a rectangle. Okay, a rectangle. And I need that B piece to go on a corner. And we sew diagonally. Okay. If this is that, we're going this way. All right. Okay, don't have anything to hold on to. That's why I can't hold the thread. I'm trying to hold these pieces. And then B on the other side. Well, I want to cut so bad, but I'm like, don't. Just wait till the end. B on the other side. I got one more B. B over here. You be over there. All right. Turn this one around, press it. And then I'm going to turn it to the back and trim everything up. Oh, crap. It's got another one on the corner. This job is never done in this block. Let's see if I don't have much to square up, but we're going to square up what we can. There is nothing but, like I said, it's more thread now than fabric, okay? All right, so this isn't enough. We got to put the gray little one on the corner right here because we haven't done enough. I'm almost thinking, okay, we need to trim some of this stuff out. We'll at least trim one part out, maybe the middle, because it's getting awfully thick. This little bitty thing. I'm trying to keep the back piece so I got something to square up against. But we'll cut the middle out. All right, turn it back. Put this on here. And sew from here to there. Another 3/4 inch square. Because I can't hold the thread, I have to make sure I'm sewing slow so it don't come out. All right. Goodness gracious. So I got 1, 2, 3. This is 4 pieces of fabric in this 1 by 1 1/4 section. This is worse than crumb piecing. Let me show it to you. And it looks horrible on the back because I got all this thread from build up from not holding those thread ends. But that's what I got to do because I got to hold on to the piece so it don't go crooked. All right. This piece goes onto here. This is going to be the thickest seam I ever sewed into a quilt block. And the smallest with all of this thickness. Oh my gosh. It is not perfect and I don't care. It is not a perfect matchup. Press this seam open. And it really shows that it's not matched up. I'm going to show you. Yeah, this is supposed to be my needle straight through, and it's got a little jagged in it. So it's a broken needle. Because I'm not taking it out. I'm not invested anymore. O is the next piece. It's a 1 by 2 rectangle. 1 by 2 rectangle. This looks good. Sew that. Yeah, this one, I like sewing the seam ripper. This one is like, it's a lot of flipping corners. Those are not fun. All right. Okay, now we get this block, I'm assuming. L, let's make sure, is L, is it a square or a rectangle? It's a 3 by 3 1/4. So I have to measure this stuff. 3, this is 3 1/2. That's not it. 3 by 3 1/4. This is 3 1/4 that way, and this is 3 inches. This is it. And then they want it going, of course, sideways. And then they want, this is my last piece of pink. So they want this on here. My last piece of pink. And I'm sure, yes, they want a bee to go on that. Add a bee. My husband is driving me to retreat so I can bring some extra stuff I needed. From how far, Darcy? Goodness gracious. One. And then I'm going to cut the inside piece out now. Get it out the way. And press this back to the corner. And press. The inside piece is already out. We've got to add another square on here to we're making thread. We're making thread. All right. And then we got the gray that goes across the whole thing. I'm going to cut the whole thing off this time. It's just too thick. All right, the gray is going Oh, okay, it doesn't touch the bottom. I was going to say, this does not go down there, ma'am. All right. So now we're going to do this gray. This one I should at least mark because we need some accuracy somewhere around here. $9.40. I didn't think it was going to take me, you know, this long to do this block. Already pre-cut. Do that and then mark another line too. Okay. Oh, I should have marked the other line on this side I'm about to trash, not the side I'm keeping. Because I already got a seam across it. All right, this is going up here. Right there. Right there. We want to stitch. I don't even know where the thread is. I don't even see the thread. Just got all kind of thread nest in the back. This is just an extra I'm about to pitch, so I'm just sewing this other side. All right. All right. Just an extra piece. And then this comes out. And a good press. And a press. And let's see. All of that for this. We got to put another piece on here like this. And we got to add another piece over here. Because we wouldn't want, wouldn't want to not have a flip corner. So I'm going to draw a line and draw a second line, because maybe I'll make another trash to treasures block or something with all the extra pieces from all these. Well, I only kept, some of them were so tiny they weren't going to be able to be kept, but I got quite a few flip corners in this block, but I'm able to keep 2 or 3 of them. Okay, here we go. Go back down this other side. I even had 3 flying geese left over. From the, I had 3 flying geese left over from the quilt shop. They're sitting up here. So I do keep stuff. All right. So these are little extra half square triangles. All right, let's do this one. And I think we should be able to put these together now. That goes on top of this mess. This mess goes on top of this mess. And this pin is not gonna line up. The needle, talking about pin, you know, it's not gonna line up. I did at least press this seam open. All right, surprise, surprise, like Gomer Pyle. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Ugh, ugh. Okay, maybe I need to press this one open too, because there is no needle going through this section, honey. Even in my long arm, I'm gonna make sure I bypass this seam. I'll put some freight check on the back, because it ain't gonna be quilted. Not right there. That's a lot. Where's my stick? Because I could sure use that now. I want to press just hard in that one spot. Okay. Yeah. My needle is janky. Just ridiculous. All this work. Let me touch it on the other side. I can barely hold it up. It don't look too bad on the screen, but it ain't perfect. It is not perfect. Not at all. Okay, so this is up like this. I only got 2 more pieces left. So, yeah. Small piece over here. And a large piece on the other side. And I'm trying to get to 950. I'm not going to talk that long, but we definitely not sewing our next block. Goodness, I thought I would at least get the blocks done since they were already cut. All right, last one over here. Maybe we got to turn it. All right, if we got to turn it, we may as well turn it the opposite direction so that there is no pattern, because it wouldn't even fit the way I was trying to put it on there. I thought it was a square. 1/4 of an inch difference. All right, now lot of stuff. 12-inch block, this would be perfect. 6-inch block, it's a chore. And I don't know where this should go. I'm just going to put a pin right here. That looks good. And it's probably going to be off, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. And then I'll show you what the 2 blocks I made. Because they're already put together, except that I got to embroider on my quilt shop. I have not done that. I figured just get it together, girl. Because I'm trying not to lose blocks. I don't want to have to make a block again. Because I have lost blocks in the past. I have a feeling one of these days I'm going to find about 4 or 5 Wensleydale blocks in here. I'm trying to see which way would this want to go. Looks like that's a good one. Doesn't want to go towards those little pieces, that's for sure. Well, they're all little pieces. The little pieces. Okay. All right. This one was a chore, 6 inches. If it was 12 inches, would be a whole lot easier and more perfect. And I'm going to end up blocking this later. But here's my block. I'm trying to make sure it's up right side up. So that's what I made today. Oh, I was like, why is my thread cattywampus? It's because it came up against a piece of pink. It's up against a button right there. I'm like, what is that? But it's up against a button. All right, that's that block. What was it called? A needle pulling thread. And it was pulling a whole lot, okay? I won't be making this again in 6 inches. I may make it in 12 inches in my future. Not right now. So let me show you. For those that haven't even been here for a while, I'll show you the whole thing again, because I had some people wanting to see it all that I have together. The block is very cute. Yeah. Oh, she's in Minnesota. Okay. That's a long ride. Jenny Down says done is better than perfect. I like my stuff to be better. I like my stuff perfect. I'm not one of you. Ain't heard me say that. I like my stuff to look good, but I do know when to throw in the towel and not stress myself out. Okay. So this is really, in the book, she in My Happy Place, in the videos and the sew sheet, she has you like bouncing all around, making blocks in different parts of the quilt. And at first I did that for the first 2 months, and then, the first month. And then the second month, I said, let me just make all the piece blocks and get them out the way, because those were going to be easy to cut. They were very similar pieces, just different values and rotations of that. So I said, well, And then when I did those 8 blocks, I said, now what we're about to do is we're going to work in the quilt layout section by section. So I'm not working it like my friends are. I'm working it now in sections so that I can sew everything together. So again, this is the sewing machine block. I took out a lot of Lori's blocks, not because I did not like them, but because I did not want to do paper piecing. So that's the only reason I took them out. I like her blocks. Now, I don't like the yarn block. I don't like cross stitch block. I don't like, it was some other block in there. I didn't like that. But I didn't want knitting in my stuff. I didn't want crochet in my quilt. So I've been replacing the blocks, and this is a replacement block. And then the rest of the blocks here, this block here I replaced because I got tired of making these star versions, because that's the same block. And then I also, and she had another block, but I made a churn dash to put in there instead. So it was a very similar block to this, but it was 3 equal sections, and I made a true churn dash block. So that's that section. What I'm trying to do is get the rest of the pieces that go onto this side for the inside width of the quilt minus any border. So that's what I'm missing. However, because I was doing what the book said, originally I was working on the bottom row because it started me working on the bottom row with a seam ripper and a jar. Her jar was applique. So I ended up putting this tape measure from my embroidery machine, and then I just reversed it and put 2 to fit in this spot. Then she had 4 pin cushions here, all handwork. I decided to use my embroidery machine and made 4 blocks off of my embroidery machine instead. This block here was an iron and a spray bottle, and I decided that I was going to do the iron. I have not done the spray bottle. I probably won't. I don't know. But anyway, in that space, I ended up making a shelf of fabric bolts instead. And then this one might have been another of those star blocks or something that I substituted out for just a string crumb block. Then down here, if I had made the iron how she had it, I would have had 4 patches down here like a checkerboard. So I needed to fill that space. So I made 2 of those blocks. I'm blocking the name of it right now. So this is the entire width of the inside of the quilt without any borders. Right, I can't get it all in here. Almost, but I can't get it in here. I still got this. You're not seeing the jar at all. So I just don't have enough space to show you all of this. So it just won't work. All right. So this is the width, whatever that is, because I can't even remember what it is. And then I ended up sewing the strip across the top. This is going to go, the sewing machine part, when I finish that row, will go across the top of this. So I also sewed that on. All right. Next thing up. Final section. I can't even remember what block she had in these positions, but I wasn't doing them. So all of these blocks in here are blocks that I made. And I need 2 more blocks. The block I just finished, this thread spool. And then I'm also going to make an iron block. And I'm going to put it, but it's going to be a piece iron, not her iron. So I've got a tall thread spool, and it's got a little wrinkles on it. I made the quilt shop, put little eyes on the door because I like eyes. And then the 2 seam ripper blocks, which you all saw me working on. And then I just pieced this block. I was just needing another block, I needed a odd size block, a 7-inch block, and I think I went to Quilter's Cash and I just searched for 7-inch blocks, and I got this pattern. It's actually a paper piece one, so I did paper piece that one. So on this, underneath here will be the spool block and the iron block, and then this can go onto the sewing machine, which can then go to the bottom row, and then I just have the whole top section to make, which is about 30 inches in width across 50 something, whatever the number is on the width of the quilt. So I'm trying to work in sections, and then once I get these two sections put together, I might take a break on this. But I've been still planning or looking, trying to figure out what I'm going to put in these other spaces, because she's got this big old applique block, and I'm like, it's 20-inch square applique, and it's like your traditional center flower, and then it branches off 4 different ways, and I'm like, we're not doing that either. So I'm working on that. So a lot of people saying so cute. People saying they love the block. Love your blocks, well worth the time and effort, beautiful colors, from Paula. Yolanda says, love the kitty cat's spools. The kitty cat is on the jar. He's like he's a jar, and I just pieced the jar. So I've got a jar of cats. And yeah, so I've been going in and out of my bag because I have to make sure. And that's the other reason I wanted to put my blocks together, because I wanted to make sure that I weren't putting like fabrics touching each other. I do have about, I don't know, I didn't count them. I'm just going to guess and say about 35 to 40 Tula Pink fabrics that I'm using. And I just want to make sure that they're not going to touch accidentally the same fabric. Like if I used it for sashing, say I had this for sashing, and then this block was going to go here, I wouldn't want that. So I've been wanting to put my pieces together. Now, Lori has a block chart, like a fabric chart, cutting chart, if you buy her kit. And then I could have assigned each of my fabrics, but I even saw in, I don't know if it was a mistake or if it was how it's done, but I saw some of their background blocks touching the next black background block had the same background. And I don't tend to like that. I like my stuff, if it's going to be different throughout, I don't want them to touch right next to each other. They can be used again, but I don't want them to be touching each other. So I decided that I was going to work section by section, and then I have to pull my pieces out just to make sure that none of those sections will be touching the same fabric. It can be over, diagonally across from it. Long as it's not touching at the seam, I don't really care. But so that's why I was doing that. Sean says those are so nice. Yes, I'm having fun making it, actually. Now that I'm doing it, I'm having a whole lot of fun with it. It's like half the battle is like figuring out what I'm going to make. So I may be doing some things and trying to refigure out some stuff, because some of these 6-inch blocks that I got from this lady, they're cute and all, but they're a lot of work. That one was a lot of work. The 6-inch seam ripper, it was a lot of pieces, but it was easy to sew. It wasn't a whole lot of flip corners. So I have to look at her stuff in the future to see what I'm going to be working on. And then I will press this when I get I got to make the iron block still. So I'll press that and kind of even if I have to like trim a little off, I can always add a sashing or something like that in there if I need to. But I think it'll be fine because it looks bigger than 6.5 inches to me. So I'm having fun with it. Now that I'm not stressed about all the applique that was in here. Technically, I could have stopped when I made the sewing machine, but I I didn't want to, you know, not go any further. The only requirement was that we had to make the sewing machine, and then if it was a sewing theme block, you had to replace it with a sewing theme block. So I'm way beyond that because I've replaced so many sewing theme blocks, because crochet ain't sewing to me, and knitting isn't sewing to me. So I'm above and beyond replacing what I'm not doing with a block that's on topic. I've only made the two little hourglass, I forget what they call them when you go around them more than once. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it won't come out. And then the paper piece block that I just showed you. All the other piece blocks were blocks that she already had. Was it 10 or 12? She had 10 or 12 traditional piece blocks. So those were hers already. So I only added the two, and I replaced them with checkerboard, which to me isn't necessarily a quilt related. So, and I will be adding a checkerboard back in here, so I still can count that, but I feel like I'm above and beyond the requirements. So we just wanted everybody to have the sewing machine so that we would know it when we see it, like 10 years from now. We'd remember what sew along it was. So yeah, so I'm getting it done. I probably need a break from it. I do have some other things I got to work on. Round robin still. I haven't mentioned that. I mailed my round robin out this week. That was round number 2. We have round number 3 I already have. So I got to figure out what I'm going to put on that for the month of April. So, you know, I always got something to do. This iron is not hot, but I'm going to just press this down. These are just 2 little extra half square triangles. This one's so little I probably can't even use it. Let's see. Well, I guess if I can cut a 3/4 inch square and sew a snowball, I can keep a 1 inch half square triangle. Crazy. And this one is weird because it went across one of the corners where it went across the fabric. So yeah. I might come up needing some space filled. These things might just be perfect. So we're just going to stick a pin through her and put them back on the board. Never know. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. I will see you Wednesday. It is going to be birthday shout outs for people in the month of April. If you want me to shout out your birthday, send it to me in an email to teaquilts@teaquilts.com. I will add you to the birthday list. I will not be doing any chat birthday shout outs because if I'm doing them by the list, I don't want to be doing a personal shout out to just one person like 5 minutes after I've just did the shout outs. So if you want me to do your birthday shout outs, make sure that you send it to me in an email. Again, it's teaquilts@teaquilts.com. And you don't have to be an April person. Your birthday can be in December. You can get on the list early if you want. That's fine. I will put you onto the list so your birthday will be shouted out in the month of your birthday. So I think that's it. This was more stressful sewing than I thought. I like the end result. It was just a lot of work, but I'm glad it's done. I thought I would have it sewed quicker than that. Let me pick up my pieces before the block I put down here when I started. And I see one little piece fell off because that one wasn't on the board. I had plenty of boards, but I was only using one. You know how that goes sometimes. I don't want to lose any pieces. So, yeah, but I got my iron block cut out, and then once I do that, I might end up just putting this up for a little bit. So we shall see. That's gonna be it, guys. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. Bye. See you Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.